Guys, so I really apologise for not having an intro to this video. I did have one, I did edit one, but recently I've been going through my phone to get rid of like old videos that I haven't deleted yet, and I seem to have deleted the intro to this video even though I tried to make sure I didn't, but I somehow did. So the intro, basically I haven't deleted what this video is. It's like testing Primark skincare, does it work, that sort of thing. So obviously I can't show you what products I bought because, well, I don't have the intro, but hopefully you can pick up from the rest of the video what my opinions were on the products and what they were. So I do really apologise, and sorry if this just makes the video so confusing, but I hope you enjoy the video.
I'm not actually too sure if I managed to finish what I was saying earlier, but because we had to rush out the door really quickly. But right now I've just taken my makeup off. My hair is a bit of a state. I really wasn't feeling my makeup today. Like my face makeup, my lip, my eyebrows were good, but what I put on my eyes, I just wasn't feeling it because I put something down before it, and it looked, honestly, in the thing it looked like a really nice matte sort of burnt orange, and I was going to smoke that all over my lid. It was just like matte, but when I actually put it on and I left it, it went sort of grey. So I tried putting something on top of it and I just wasn't feeling it. But anyway, tonight, out of all my Primark stuff, I'm going to be using the Blemish Blaster because I've came up with a little spot on my chin and two on my forehead. My skin's been so good at the moment for not getting spots. But unfortunately, I think it's because I've eaten quite a few McDonald's the past couple of weeks. Like, I don't know how many, 5 maybe, I'm not too sure, and I've not been eating the greatest. That's really the only reason I can think of. So these are what they look like. They're like, I was expecting them to be skin coloured. They're like these clear little patches, and I'm not going to be putting them on right now because I'm not actually going to bed right now, but I'm going to put on all my skincare, then I'm going to put these on my spots on my chin and to my forehead, and I'll update you guys in the morning how they were. So it's the next morning and I was going to take the little, I can't see the sun. And I was gonna peel them off with you, but I've already taken them off, so we're just gonna talk about it. So my little one on my chin, you can see it, it didn't really do much for it. It's maybe made it a tiny bit smaller, but it's soder now. Up to, I put it on straight away and they're no longer like spots, like raised spots. They're just sort of little red patches on my face. So I guess the spot has gone, but now we have to deal with the scar. But that shouldn't be too difficult. So it did work for one, but it didn't work for the other. I'm gonna carry on testing it on this spot here and see if it helps clear up, and I'll let you know, and I'll let you know what I think of them overall in the final sort of wrap up. Okay, so right now I'm going to try out the Dark Circle Reducer eye patches, the sunflower ones. So there are 2 packs of these, so I will use them again another time and then obviously let you know my final thoughts at the end. But I'm going to use one packet just now. So they come like this, and I guess you just peel them off and put them under your eyes. You're apparently meant to wear them for 30 minutes. I hope I just started hoovering. I don't know if I have 30 minutes, but I'm gonna try keep them on for as long as possible. Right off the bat though, they feel really cooling. Look at that, I got a spot there overnight and I've got no idea why. Aww. Okay, so I am away to take these off. literally just as I started doing this take off bit, my mum started hoovering again, so please ignore that. I've put them really far up though, so they're really itching my eye. I can't see my eyes up close right now, but they feel very hydrated, and from what I can see on camera, they look quite not tired. I look quite awake and sort of maybe there's not really any dark circles. Obviously, I have said I don't really struggle with dark circles, but my under eyes can sometimes just look a bit dry and tired, and they don't look that. They look really sort of hydrated and I look really awake. So that's my initial thoughts on them. I will use the other patch maybe in a couple of days. I will sort of properly try them and have a good look at how my skin looks afterwards, and then you will find out my thoughts in the final wrap up. Hello everybody, I am back. Today I'm going to be using it's actually been a couple of days since my last little update things. I broke my phone. But I'm going to be using the foaming bubble mask. My skin has been having an old dear since I started trying the skincare. I don't know if it's the Primark stuff or if it's the bio oil, but I've been getting, so far I've had about 7 spots on my chin, and I never get spots on my chin. That's the one place I don't get spots. I've had one right like almost in my nostril, one in the crevice of my nose, and one just over here, and they're all starting to go away. And I am wondering if it's this Primark skincare, but I'm going to continue trying it for you guys. So I'm going to try this out today, and I'm also going to put this big thing in the outside freezer, so in 2 hours I can use this as well, because I feel like out of everything, this is obviously ones that you can use over and over and over, but I don't know, I feel like I might like this most out of everything just because I really like the concept of it. So I'm now going to apply this. It definitely foams up, not as much as other ones, but I guess it's more about like what it does for your skin. It does foam up quite quickly though, so I tried to put it over here and it sort of came off a bit. So I'm going to leave it on for another, how long does it say to leave it on for? 15 minutes, so I'm going to leave it on for another 10 minutes and then we'll get back to use. A bit less, but let's see what it says. It says just to wash it off, but I want to see what happens if I push it down. Oh, got my hair in it! It just, I thought, because the other foaming thing I tried, I thought that it would like go back down into sort of a thin mask again and bubble up. But it seems to just be like going into my skin, well, more on my hand, but what if I like rub it? No, it's just making it more sticky. So I'm gonna go wash this off and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I've got it off and my face looks quite bright and like awake, but you can really see my spot on my chin and my face kind of hurts a bit around my eyes and my nose. So So far though, it says it was meant to be brightening, and it has. I feel like my face does look very bright and like luminous. It's done what it said it was gonna do. I actually think it looks quite alright. If you ignore my spot, it looks quite bright, like I look quite awake and healthy. Okay, so we're now gonna do this. It has only been about an hour, but as you can see it is very cold because I put it in the freezer. So in the fridge it would obviously stop it getting like this sort of frosty layer over it. It would stay like the balls, and like there is still the balls. There is just like a frost layer over it, which will just like I don't know, it will just go away. Like it's already started going away up there. So basically it did come with instructions, but I don't have them anymore, and I'm pretty sure it said in them don't wear this for over 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try wear it for 15. So it's got these little velcro bits that you put on, and then you put it around your head and tie the velcro. Oh, that's very cold. And I guess you just leave it on. So I'm just about to take this off because it doesn't seem as cold anymore. And I don't know how long it's been. I think it's been like 20 minutes. Oh, I look quite red. I might let my face settle so it's not as red, and then I'll get back to you because I just look ugly and red right now. So I'll see you in like in half an hour when my skin's calmed down a bit, and we'll see if this did it any good. Okay guys, so I am here for my wrap up basically. So if we start with these ones here because they're in my hand. Oh, and one's stuck to it. Okay, lovely. So we have got the Dreamy Lips 2-step lip scrub and mask. So I have tried this once. I do have room to try it more times. By the way, I did want to try out some of these products more, but my skin has had a freak out recently. So you know, I had to go back to my normal skincare until that cleared up, but I can tell you what I did think of them. So I've used this once and I didn't really like it. Like the lip scrub bit, number one, it tasted disgusting if you got it anywhere near your mouth. It was a really thick, gloopy texture, and it didn't have much scrub to it. Like I couldn't feel it really working on my lips, and it just left my lips felt a bit like sticky and not that great. And then the lip mask was even worse. You're meant to keep it on overnight. I put it on and honestly it is like honey. Like look at that. It's seriously like honey. It smells really good, but it honestly, it just looks like honey. And I put it on my lips, and when I woke up the next morning, honestly, my lips felt worse. They felt like, not like dry, but not moisturised. Like it didn't feel soft. It's almost like it had moisturised them, but it left the dryness on the top. And it's a really, really sticky formula. Can you see that? No, probably not. It's a really sticky formula, and it just felt a bit uncomfortable going to sleep in it, and I felt like if I turned over it would smear all over my face. And honestly, I think using a lip balm would do the same job. So next up I'm going to be talking about these little blemish blaster things. I'm not too sure how I feel about these. So I had the spots all over my chin, and I was putting them on them and they seemed to sort of like make it go down a bit, so it wasn't as raised and it would go down, but it left a red mark, and I was like, well, we can work through that. They seem to work. But the more I used them, the more I just thought they were a bit gimmicky. Like, the only sort of way I ended up using them is I would wear them if I was wearing no makeup and I had a spot. I'd put it on throughout the day, and it would stop like stuff getting in it, and it would like slightly reduce it. But honestly, I just felt like it spread. You know how when like you pick a spot and you've got it on your finger and then you touch other parts of your face, you're meant to get a spot there as well. I feel like it did that. So like I started off with 2 down here, which I put it on, and then once I took it off, another 2 went above it, and then if you did it again, another 1 went over here. And it was almost like, because the little sticky plaster thing was so gross and it had all the spots, germs in it, the other bits of the skin that the plaster was touching, it like made a spot there, and I just felt like it made my skin worse rather than better. I'm gonna now talk about this. I felt like this was nice. It was good, it worked. I feel like you can achieve the same thing with ice cubes, but it definitely worked. Like, I put it in my freezer and put it on, and you know, when I took it off, my skin felt really refreshed, and when I woke up the next morning, it had considerably, the redness had considerably gone down. So I do think this works. I'm not too sure how it wouldn't work, because you know, you're just freezing it and then putting it on your face, so it's like an ice cube, but it's a bit scary. Also, these straps are really good to keep it around your head, but this bit here, it doesn't quite touch the edge of your head, so you might want to like push it down. For the under eye patches, I love them. They're my favourite thing out of all of it. I put it on, I left them, and then when I took it off, I looked so awake and so like healthy, and I just didn't have any bags under my eyes. Like, they got rid of them, and my under eyes just looked so radiant and glowing, and it looked so nice and good, which I was so surprised about. I used it once at night time, and I looked like I had a million cups of coffee, and I woke up the next morning and my under eye circles, they still weren't as bad. And then I used it one morning as well when I was wearing no makeup, and that whole day, if I looked in the mirror, I just thought I looked so awake and so healthy, and I didn't have any bags under my eyes, so it just made the rest of my face look like more bright and more awake, and I really liked them, and they were only £1, and I'm definitely getting them again because I thought they did wonders. Now on to the bubble face mask. Well, I had mixed opinions about it. So first of all, it kind of stung my under eyes a lot, and second of all, I feel like it broke me out really bad. So it also gave me loads of dryness down here. So my skin's very sensitive to an ingredient called silicon acid, and one of the main skincare products I use has the main ingredient of that, so I have to be very careful with it. If my skin starts looking dry, I have to stop using it for a couple of days and start using a moisturiser in its place, so my skin can go back to being moisturised again. But I was starting to get a teeny bit down here, but it was like not severe at all. It was going to go away the next day. It was just like a tiny bit, like 1-day reaction. But when I put that on it, it inflamed the dryness so much. I had it all down here. It was flaking off everywhere. It was absolutely horrible. And I took it off and I woke up and it was like sandpaper all down my chin. And it was the weekend, the Monday, and honestly, it just made me so dry. It also made me really dry down here. It wasn't quite as bad as my chin, but I had super dry bits down here, and it showed up on everything. It cracked. It was so sore. And it also broke me out over here and up on my forehead as well. That was the worst thing out of everything. Even these lip masks, and I'm telling you, I didn't like this lip mask. Honestly, it broke me out so bad. It inflamed my skin. My skin was so sensitive to it, and it really stung. And if it's one product to stay away from, it would be that, especially if you have sensitive skin. So that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and kind of learned something. So please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to see more content from me, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!